Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope all of you are fine. Uh, I am here with another class. Today is our lecture number 6. Today, I am going to start chapter 8. Exercise 8.3. We'll solve some problem from this exercise. Okay, let's start with number 7. Here we have to find the value. Number 4, I am starting with number 4 at first. Here we are, the given term is 10 minus 23 pi by 6. We know that 10 minus theta equals to minus tan theta. We already know that. Here we will apply this. If this is theta, then we have tan minus theta, so we can write this term as minus tan theta, that is 23 pi by 6. Okay, here now the angle is 23 pi by 6. Now we have to convert this angle in the form of n pi by 2 plus or minus theta. We have to convert this angle in terms of in the form of this. So here we can at first we have to divide this angle into two parts. We can write minus tan. Here if we divide this angle into two parts, then we can write as here 23. If we write pi, then second portion is pi by 6. Now if we put 1 here, 2 here, then we have, if we add these two terms, then we have 6 pi plus pi, that is 7 pi. We need 23 pi. Okay, here if we put 2, then we have 12 pi plus pi, that is 13 pi, but we need more here. If we put 3 here, then we will get 3 times 6, that is 18 pi plus pi. Okay, now if we put 4 here, then we have 4 times 6, that is 24, but we need 23. That means if we add this term with putting the 4 here, then if we add these two terms, then we have 25 pi here, that is 25 pi by 6, but we need 23 pi. That here so here we have to subtract. Now if we subtract this term from this, then we have 4 times 6, that is 24, minus pi, minus 1, that is 23 pi. Okay, so we can write this angle in the form of this. If we divide into two parts, then we have this term. Now to change this angle in the form of this, we can write here minus tan. We have to put pi by 2 here. Then if we put pi by 2, then we have to multiply here by 2, but earlier we have 4 here. That means 4 into 2, that is 8. Okay, now if we cut, then we can we have 2 times 4, 4, that is 8, so we have 4 pi here. Now minus pi by 6, put here. Here now we have 8 here. We have 8, that is even. We already know that if the value of n is even, then the trigonometric ratio will not change. This term will remain same. So put minus here. If we put minus here, then this 10 will not change because of 8. this 8 is even. If there is an odd number, then 10 will be changed to chord. Okay, now here we have to put 10. Now put the angle theta, that is pi by 6. uh, Now we have to find out the quadrant for this angle. Okay, here 8 times 90 minus pi by 6, that is, if we draw a quadrant, then we have 8 times 90, that is 4 times 8 times. Then we are in the same position from where we started. So minus pi by 6, that is a negative angle. Okay, now from this position we have to revolve clockwise, that is up to pi by 6, that means 30 degree. So we are in the fourth quadrant. Okay, now we are determining the value for 10. Okay, in the fourth quadrant the value of 10 is negative. Here tan theta, value of tan theta is negative, so we have to put negative sign here, another negative sign here. This negative sign will remain same. Now we have to put this one is this. Now because of this angle which is in the fourth quadrant, in fourth quadrant we already know that the value of tan theta is negative. That's why we have to put a negative sign here. Okay, now if we multiply negative by negative, then we have positive. So here we have the value, that is 10 pi by 6. Now 10 pi by 6, the value pi by 6, that is equals to 30 degree. Now the value of 10 30 degree, that is 1 by root 3. So here we have the value 1 by root 3, that is the value of this term. Okay, now we'll do another one, that is number 7. That is number 7. Here sine 31 pi by 6. Yes, sine 31 pi by 6. Same case here, we have to convert this angle into two parts. If we convert this angle, here sine pi by 6. So here if we put pi here, then we need 31 pi. So if we put 4 here, then we already have this type of term here. If we put 4 here, then we have 24 plus, if we do plus, then here we have 25. Okay, now if we put 5 here, then we have 5 times 6, that is 30, and if we add this term, then we have 31. So we have to put 5 here. Okay, now convert this term in the form of n pi by 2 plus or minus theta. If we convert this, then we have here sine, we have to put pi by 2. So we have to put here 5. In terms of 5, we have to put 10 because of this 2. We have divided this term by 2. So we have to also multiply this term by 2. Okay, now plus pi by 6 here. Now because of this number, that is 10, the value of n, which is 10 is even. Okay, for the value of n which is even, the trigonometric ratio will not change. Here this ratio, that is sine will remain as sine. Okay, here we have to put sine here. Now we have to put the theta here, that is pi by 6. We don't need to consider the sign, that is whether it is plus or minus. We don't need to concentrate on this. Just put theta here. Okay, now now we have to determine this angle, whether it is in which quadrant, whether it is in first quadrant or second quadrant or third quadrant or fourth quadrant. Now we have to determine the quadrant of this angle, for this angle. Okay, now if we determine this, then here we have 10 times 90. That means if we revolve 4 90s here, then we are in the same position. 4, another 4, that is 8, 9, 10. Okay, now the angle here, the angle is positive, so we have to revolve anti-clockwise. That is another pi by 3, pi by 6, that is 30. Okay, now revolve another 30. Okay, here we are in the third quadrant. Okay, this angle, so this angle lies in the third quadrant. I hope all of you have understood this. Okay, here the angle lies in the third quadrant. Now we are determining the value for sine. We already know that in our previous lecture. Okay, we already know that in third quadrant the sign of the sign is negative. Okay, here the value of sine theta is negative. In third quadrant only the value of tan theta and cos theta is positive. All other 4 trigonometric ratios are negative here, so the value of sine theta is negative here. So we have to put this negative sign here. Okay, now put negative sign here. Then now just replace the value of sine pi by 6. Pi by 6, that means 30 degrees. What is the value of sine 30? That is half. Okay, now put minus 1 by 2. That is the value of the given term. That is the answer. Okay, now do another one. If we do another one, that is number 8. Here we are given cos minus 25 pi by 6. 25 pi by 6 here. Okay, here at first we use the term, that is we already know cos, the value of cos minus theta equals to cos theta. We already know that because of this theta which is negative, and this is in the fourth quadrant, considered as fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant the value of cos theta and sec theta is positive. That's why this sign, this negative sign omits. We can omit this negative sign here. So we have the value of cos minus theta equals to cos theta. Now we can write this term as cos 25 pi by 6 because of cos minus theta equals to cos theta. Okay, now I think this is a very easy one now to all of you. Okay, here we have 25 pi by 6. We have to convert this angle into two terms, two parts. So here we have cos, if we put pi here and another pi by 6 here, so we have to put here 4. If we put 4 here, then we have 24. Then we need 25. That means here we have to do sum here. Okay, now if we calculate, then we have this result, that is 25 plus 24 plus 1, that is 25 pi by 6. Okay, now convert this angle in the form of n pi by 2 plus or minus theta. Okay, here cos, we have to put 8 here, then pi by 2. I think already you all of you know this, how to change this term into this. Okay, now plus or pi by 6. Here we have also 8 here. Okay, for this even number, this ratio will not change, so cos will remain same as cos. Now put pi by 6 here. Now we have to determine the quadrant of this angle. Okay, in which quadrant this angle lies. 8 times 90, that is 4 times 8 times 90, then plus theta. That means we have to revolve anti-clockwise, that is another 30 degree here. Okay, this one is in the first quadrant. In first quadrant, we already know that in first quadrant all trigonometric ratios are positive here. So this will remain positive sign here. Now put the value of cos, that is 30 degree. What is the value of cos 30 degree? That is root 3 by 2, root over 3 by 2. I think that is the answer. Okay, I hope all of you have understand this. Now number 8. Here question number 1 of 1, we have to prove that cos 17 pi by 10 plus cos 13 pi by 10 plus cos 9 pi by 10 plus cos pi by 10 equals to 0. This term, the value of this term is equals to 0. So we will start from left side. So at first we can write left hand side equals to cos 17 pi by 10 plus cos 13 pi by 10 plus cos 9 pi by 10 plus cos pi by 10. Okay, here we have to change. Here we have to change the value, this angle. We have to change this value of this angle in terms of in the form of n pi by 2 plus or minus theta. Then we will get here cos. Here we can put pi by 10 here and pi here. Now we need 17 pi here. Okay, here if we put 1, then we have 10 pi. If we add this, then we have 11 pi. If we subtract this, then we have 9 pi, but we need 17 pi. That's mean here if we put 2 here, then we have 20 pi. Okay, here we have 20 pi. Now we need 17 pi, so we have to do subtract. We have to do subtraction here. Then here we have 20 pi. Now how many pi we have to subtract from this to get 17 pi? 3. That is 3. Put 3 here. So the result will be same here. If we calculate this, then we will get this angle. Okay, now here plus cos, that is also we can write as pi by 10 and here pi. So if we write here pi, then we have 10, but we have to get 13 pi. So if we add, then we have 10 pi plus pi. We have here 10 pi, but we need 13 pi, so we have to add 3 pi here. Okay, I hope all of you understand this. Now here plus cos, here we have 9 pi. Now if we write this one in the form of pi by 10, and here if we put pi, then we have 10 pi, we need 9 pi, so here we have 10 pi. Okay, now if we subtract this pi from this, then we have 9 pi. There we don't need to change this one, so this term will remain same, that is cos pi by 10. Now here this term is, we can write this term as that is 4 into pi by 2 minus 3 pi by 10. Okay, plus here cos 2 pi by 2, then the term will remain same, plus 3 pi by 10. Here we can write as cos 2 pi by 2 minus pi by 10. Here the term will remain same, cos pi by 10 here. Okay, now calculate this for this term. If we calculate for this term, then here the number is 4 is even, so the term will not change, that is cos will remain cos. Now you have to put theta here, that is 3 pi by 10. Now we have to determine the quadrant for this angle. Then we have here 490s, that is 1 2 3 490s, then negative angle, that is here. Okay, so in fourth quadrant the value of cos is positive, so we have to put positive here. Okay, now plus here this one, for this 2, that is even, the ratio will not change, that cos will remain cos. Now you have to put the theta, that is 3 pi by 10. Now we have to determine the quadrant for this angle. So we have 290s, that is 190 290, that is positive angle, so we have to rotate anti-clockwise, more theta. Then we have third quadrant. In third quadrant the value of cos is negative, so we have to put a negative sign here. If we multiply positive with negative, then we have the result, that is negative. Okay, now next one here, 290s. If we go 190 290, next angle is negative angle, that means you have to rotate clockwise from this clockwise theta. Then we are in the second quadrant. In second quadrant the value of cos is negative. Here second quadrant the value of only sine and its reciprocal, that is cosec theta, is positive. All other ratios are negative here. Okay, so the value of cos here negative. Now we have to put here negative. If we put negative, then we have positive into negative, that is negative. For these two, that is even, the ratio will not change, that is will be cos, and here theta is pi by 10. The other one is cos pi by 10 here. Okay, now here we have this one is positive, this one is negative, so we can cut both this. Here this one is negative, this one is positive, so the result is 0. that is right hand side. So we can write left hand side equals to right hand side. That is proved. Now we will do number 3 from number 8. That is, here we have to prove sin square pi by 7 plus sin square 5 pi by 14 plus sin square 8 pi by 7 plus sin square 9 pi by 14 equals to 2. Here we will use the formula that is we already know, that is sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. We will use this formula here. So here we have 4 sines here. That means here we have to convert 2 out of 4 here into cos. Okay. Here we also know that the value of sine square theta is equals to sine theta whole square. Both are same. Okay. Now let's start. Left hand side, sine square pi by 7 plus sine square 5 pi by 14 plus sine square 8 pi by 7 plus sine square 9 pi by 14. Here we can write this term. This term will remain same. This is the smallest here. Pi by 7 is the smallest angle among all other three. Okay. Uh, uh, so sine square pi by 7 will remain same. Here we have sine square 5 pi by 14 here, sine square 9 pi by 14 here. Okay, we will convert these two terms here, this one and this one into cos, and other two terms, that is sine square pi by 7 and sine square 8 pi by 7. This two term will remain in the ratio sine. Okay, so sine, we can convert this angle as, if we convert this angle as pi by 7 and here pi by 2. So if we take LCM, then we have 14 here. Now we have here pi by 2 and here pi by 7. If we take LCM, then that is 14. If we divide by 2, then we have 7 into pi, that is 7 pi, and here we have 7. If we divide 14 by 7, then we have 2 into pi, that is 2 pi. So whether we should put here plus or minus. If we put plus here, then we have to put plus here. Then the result is 9 pi by 14. But we have only 5 pi by 14. Okay. So we can put plus here. But if we put minus here, then we have to put minus here. Then we have 7 pi minus twice pi, that is 5 pi. That is our required result. Okay. Now here we have to put minus. This is very easy if you concentrate. Okay. Here we have square also. Now we will put square here. Okay. Now second term, plus sine, here is sine, and 8 pi by 7, that is the smallest angle we have in this given terms, that is pi by 7. That's why we are converting all terms in terms of pi by 7. Here pi by 7. Now if we put pi here, then we have 7 pi, that is here another pi, so we need 8 pi, so we have to put plus here. Okay, now put square. Then last one, that is sine square 9 pi by 14 plus sine square. Here 14, we have 14, then we have to put, if we put pi by 7 here, then we have to put pi by 2 here. Earlier we have this one, if we put plus here, then we have 9. Okay, so if we put plus here, we have to put plus here also, then we will get 9. That is our required result. Okay, here now put plus here. Square sign, we have to put square. Now the angle is the ratio is sine square pi by 7 here. Look at this term. Here pi by 2, pi by 2 minus pi by 7, that means here we can write in the form of this. Here the value of n is 1, which is odd. We have learned that in our previous lecture. If the value of n is odd, then the trigonometric ratio will change. Okay, then sine will change into cos, and if there is cos, then this cos will change into sine. If there is tan, then tan will change to cot. If there is cot, then cot will change to tan. Okay, that means the here we have cos, and we have to put pi by 7 here, and the sine is the quadrant for this angle is here 90. We have to start from here 90, and this one is negative angle, so we have to rotate clockwise. So if we rotate clockwise, then we have here, this one is in first quadrant. In first quadrant, the value of sine is positive, so we have to positive here, but we have also square here. Now we can put square here and put positive here. Okay, now next one, put plus positive here. Here pi, we can write this pi in terms of pi by 2. If we write this pi in terms of pi by 2, then we have 2 into pi by 2 plus pi by 7. Here 2 is even, so term will not change, term will remain same. Here the sign will remain as sine, and put the angle pi by 7 here. This angle is in which quadrant? That is 290 plus theta. If we start from here, then we have 190, 290 plus theta, that is in third quadrant. In third quadrant, the value of sine is negative, so we have to put negative sign here. But because of this square, this negative sign will convert into positive, so we don't need to write minus here, just put square here. Okay, the next one is here pi by 2 into 1. 1 is odd, so this ratio will change into cos. Here we have to put cos here, and then theta is pi by 7. This angle is in second quadrant, 90 plus theta, that is 90 plus theta, that is in the second quadrant. In second quadrant, the ratio, the value of sine is positive, so we have to put positive here, Now here we have also square. If we do square here, then the sign will not change, so just put square here. Now we have here here sine square theta plus cos square theta. Here theta means pi by 7. uh, so here we can write 1 sine square theta plus cos square theta. Because of this formula, using this formula we can write the value of this term is 1, and also here sine square theta plus cos square theta, that is 1. Over here we have now 2, that is our right hand side. So left hand side equals to right hand side, that is proved. I hope this type of maths are now clear to all.